The alleged Area 51 alien interview video, purportedly leaked by an anonymous figure known only as Victor, stands as one of the most debated pieces of UFO-related media in modern history. Released in 1997 through a documentary by Rocket Pictures titled Area 51, The Alien Interview, this footage claims to depict a real extraterrestrial being interviewed at the secretive S4 facility within Area 51, a highly classified military base in Nevada. Below is a detailed exploration of the video, its origins, Victor's role, the content, skepticism, and its lasting impact as of February 21st, 2025. The story begins on July 26, 1996, when Rocket Pictures, a small production company, reportedly received a phone call from a man identifying himself as Victor. He claimed to have worked at Area 51, specifically at S4, a supposed underground facility near Groom Lake, and smuggled out a videotape of an alien interrogation conducted in 1989. Victor insisted on anonymity, citing safety concerns, and agreed to be interviewed only with his face obscured and voice digitally altered. Rocket Pictures, led by producer Tom Coleman, turned this leaked footage into a documentary released in 1997, narrated by actor Stephen Williams. The film blends reenactments, expert opinions, and the alleged original 3-minute silent clip. Victor stated he copied the original footage onto a VHS tape to preserve and distribute it, contacting Rocket Pictures because he believed they could handle the dissemination discreetly. Why he chose this obscure company over mainstream media remains unclear. Some speculate it was to maintain control over the narrative, while others see it as evidence of a hoax. The core of the controversy is a 3-minute grainy video with no audio. Victor claimed he removed the sound to protect the identities of human personnel present. The footage shows a dimly lit room with a humanoid figure seated behind a glass partition. The being has a frail body, a disproportionately large head, and dark, almond-shaped eyes, matching the gray alien archetype popularized by earlier abduction stories like Barney and Betty Hill's. Its movements are slow and jerky, and its head tilts occasionally. A timestamp in the bottom left corner reads 03-27, interpreted by some as a clearance level or date fragment, and a flickering light accompanies the scene. Midway through, the alien appears to slump or convulse, prompting two figures in medical attire to enter with flashlights, seemingly to assist or examine it. The video ends abruptly, leaving viewers with more questions than answers. Victor described the being as communicating telepathically, suffering from a chronic illness, and housed in a biocontainment area for its own protection, not humanity's, due to its susceptibility to Earth pathogens despite lacking its own bacteria or viruses. Victor's identity remains a mystery. In the 1997 documentary, he appears silhouetted, his voice disguised, claiming he risked his life to leak this evidence of extraterrestrial contact. He suggested the alien was one of several held by the U.S. government, part of a program dating back decades, and that its advanced intellect made human interrogators seem primitive by comparison. He also hinted at a spiritual dimension, likening the alien's view of bodies as vessels to religious concepts of reincarnation and suggesting they might be judging humanity. In a 1997 Coast to Coast AM interview with Art Bell, Victor elaborated, expressing sorrow and anger over his experience. He speculated the aliens were testing humanity and drew parallels to biblical narratives, though he avoided calling them architects of the human race. A follow-up interview in 2008, included in a special edition of the documentary, showed Victor in a car, still obscured, holding a back-scratcher, predicting the world wouldn't survive past 2017, a claim that obviously didn't materialize, further fueling skepticism. The documentary features a mix of believers and skeptics. Ufologist Michael Hesseman and author Whitley Strieber leaned toward authenticity, with Strieber noting the aliens' movements seemed eerily familiar from his own alleged encounters. Art Bell vouched for Victor's sincerity. Conversely, image analyst Tom Dilatoso questioned whether the footage was shot on video or film, suggesting specific conditions would be needed for video authenticity, while makeup artist Rick Baker dismissed it as a possible hoax, albeit an intriguing one. Online communities like Reddit's r/aliens have dissected the tape frame by frame. Some, like user The Cow's Dead in 2024, enhanced the visuals and audio, noting the top left corner lacks data, potentially indicating tampering, while others argue its production quality predates widespread CGI, lending it credence. Critics point to the aliens' static limbs and puppet-like motion as evidence of fakery. Skeptics abound. The low lighting, supposedly for the aliens' comfort, conveniently obscures details, and the lack of audio raises red flags. Theories suggest Victor was a fabrication by Rocket Pictures, possibly portrayed by UFO whistleblower Robert Dean, noted for similar attire and silhouette, with director Jeff Broadstreet dubbing the voice. Investigator Stephen Cambion concluded Broadstreet staged it, using Dean physically and altering his own voice, though no definitive proof identifies Victor. The alien's biology, lacking bacteria yet vulnerable to infection, contradicts known science, as symbiotic microbes are vital for life as we understand it. The theatricality of Victor's interviews, the dissolution of Rocket Pictures post-release, and the lack of follow-up evidence, despite Victor's freedom, in 2008 bolster hoax claims. Some liken it to the 1995 Ray Santilli alien autopsy film, another debunked sensation. Despite skepticism the video has endured in UFO lore, it inspired segments in conspiracy circles, from coast-to-coast AM discussions to modern documentaries like Hunting Victor, slated for 2024. It's referenced in posts on X and Reddit, with users debating its authenticity amid renewed UAP interest post-2023 congressional hearings. The gray alien imagery it reinforced remains a staple in media, echoing the Hill's 1961 encounter. The video's ambiguity, neither fully debunked nor proven, keeps it alive. Victor's anonymity, the government's silence, and the lack of legal repercussions for the leak, unlike high-profile whistleblowers, fuel speculation of a controlled disclosure or elaborate ruse. It remains a polarizing artifact, a potential smoking gun for believers, a clever fake for skeptics, and a fascinating enigma for all. The Area 51 alien interview video leaked by Victor is a microcosm of the UFO phenomenon, blending tantalizing possibility with frustrating uncertainty, whether a genuine glimpse into extraterrestrial contact or a well-crafted hoax. Its influence on public imagination endures, challenging us to question what lies beyond the shadows of secrecy.